I'm your good friend and buddy while we're out in town, out at the mall, out at ball games. Come up and say hi to me. But if you're in court, you can ask anybody that's been there before. It's not a pleasant experience. I can promise you that. DUI charges, you're facing jail time, you're facing high fines, and losing your driver's license until you're age 18. Can I get a show of hands? Who has a driver's license and are driving right now? Okay. Keep your hands up. Who pays for their own insurance? Your insurance rates go up astronomically at your age if you have driving under the influence charge. You'll be arrested by one of the officers here. I can lodge you in a Dare County Detention Center for up to 45 days. I've done it before. I will not hesitate to do it again. I know this is a serious subject, guys. I hate being the bad guy, but that's what I was elected to do. You lose your license for up to, if you're 16 years old, it's up to 18. First time offense is up to 45 days. Second time offense, you could be treated as an adult. Now, I've seen kids come and go in Bell District Court from time to time, and it's just not a pleasant experience. Now, you can call Dare County what you want, but it's a juvenile jail. How many have heard of Dare County? Raise your hand. At least the word's spreading a little bit. I'm glad to hear that. From my time sitting on the bench, I would say that we rate one of the tops in the state in DUI arrests. We're a pretty small county compared to the others. There's 120 counties in the state. We actually have an officer by the name of Barry Cowan that leads the state in DUI arrests. You're going to be seeing some things here today that are going to relate back to drinking and driving or texting and driving. And the result isn't going to be jail. It's death. I know that you guys are young and you think you're invincible right now, because I felt the same way. As you get a little older, you realize how precious life is, how precious your family is. Death is permanent, folks. I'd like to thank Middlesboro Police Department for asking me to come in. I'd like to thank Middlesboro High School for allowing me to come to speak to you. Summer's coming up. You're going to have a lot of free time on your hands. I just don't want you to keep it busy, or keep my job busy, because I'm busy enough without having a juvenile caseload that I do now. Thank you. Like I said, guys, if you have your cell phones on you today, turn them off, just like court. These folks put on a presentation for you today, and I want you to pay attention. Believe me, these teachers report to me every other day who's acting up. Thank you.
Thank you, Judge Oakley. We appreciate all that words of wisdom there. At this time, please give your undivided attention to Thomas as he's going to read a poem for you.
The day I died was an ordinary school day. How I wish I would have taken the bus, but I was too cool for the bus. I remember how I used to talk Mom out of the car. Special favor, I pleaded. All the kids drive. When the 2:50 p.m. bell rang, I threw my books in the locker, free until tomorrow morning. I ran to the parking lot, excited at the thought of driving a car and being my own boss. It doesn't matter how the accident happened. I was goofing off, going too fast, taking chances. The last thing I remember was passing an old lady who seemed to be going awfully slow. I heard a crash and felt a terrific jolt. Glass and steel flew everywhere. My whole body seemed to be turning inside out. I heard myself scream. Suddenly, I awakened. A police officer was standing over me. I saw a doctor. My body was mangled. I was saturated with blood. Pieces of jagged glass were sticking out all over. Strange that I couldn't feel anything. Hey, don't pull that sheet over my head. I can't be dead. I'm only 17. I haven't lived yet. Later, I was placed in a drawer. My folks came to identify me. Why did they have to see me like this? Why did I have to look at my mom's eyes when she faced the most terrible ordeal of her life? Dad suddenly looked very old. He told the man in charge, yes, he's our son. The funeral was weird. I saw all of our relatives and friends walk toward the casket. They looked at me with the saddest eyes I've ever seen. Some of my buddies were crying. A few of the girls touched my hand and sobbed as they walked by. Please, somebody wake me up. Get me out of here. I can't bear to see my mom and dad in such pain. My grandparents are so weak from the grief that they can barely walk. My brother and sister are like zombies. No one can believe this. I can't believe it either. Please don't bury me. I'm not dead. I have a lot of living to do. I want to laugh and run again. Please don't put me in the ground. I promise if you just give me one more chance, God, I'll be the most careful driver in the world. All I want is one more chance. Please, God, I'm only 17.
Thank you, Thomas. And at this time, Kelsey is going to come and read also.
I went to a party and remembered what you said. You told me not to drink, Mom, so I had Sprite instead. I felt proud of myself the way you said I would, that I didn't drink and drive, though some friends said I should. I made a healthy choice, and your advice was what to me was right. The party finally ended, and the kids drove out of sight. I got into my car, sure to get home in one piece. I never knew what was coming, Mom, something I expected least. Now I'm lying on the pavement, and I hear the policeman say, the kid that caused this wreck was drunk, Mom. His voice seems so far away. Mom, my own blood is all around me as I try hard not to cry. I can hear the paramedic say, this girl is going to die. I'm sure the guy had no idea while he was flying high, because he chose to drink and drive, now I would have to die. So why do people do it, Mom, knowing that it ruins lives? And now the pain is cutting me like 100 stabbing knives. Tell sister not to be afraid, Mom. Tell Daddy to be brave. And when I go to heaven, Mom, put Daddy's girl on my grave. Someone should have taught him that it was wrong to drink and drive. Maybe if his parents had, I'd still be alive. My breath is getting shorter, Mom. I'm getting really scared. These are my final moments, and I'm so unprepared. I wish that you could hold me, Mom, while I lie here and die, to say these final words, Mom, I love you and goodbye.
Thank you. And at this time, we have a special speaker in. She's going to speak to you straight from her own life and her own heart experiences, some of the things we've emphasized this week. Pam Tripp from MAD, Mothers Against Drunk Driving.
I want to thank everyone for having me here today. Lieutenant Vice, I appreciate it. I appreciate the work that you put into this program. And everything you've heard so far, I could have wrote. Judge Yoka was very honest with you and very true. But if you don't make it to his court, he also said it was death. I became involved with Mothers Against Drunk Driving approximately 16 years ago. And I did it because I needed to know that I wasn't going crazy, that other people felt the way that I do, because my 17-year-old daughter was killed by a drunk driver. Once I got involved with MAD, I got really interested in the programs that they have and the education part of it. And I decided that that's what I could do so Amy's death wouldn't be in vain. And that's why I do what I do. Most kids don't realize that their brain does not quit growing until they're 21. Up until then, every drink you take, every drug you take, it kills brain cells. Statistics show that 1 out of every 5 will be involved in a drunk driving crash. So look around, 1 out of every 5. And only you can prevent that. Your decisions affect not only you, but everyone around you, your family, your friends, all your loved ones. I thought I was protecting my child. My husband and I were in law enforcement. I always made him be home before the bars closed. One particular night, Amy called. It was the week before Christmas. She called wanting to stay out past her curfew. She'd always done what we asked her to do, and I thought she deserved to be able to do that, so I told her she could. Don't ever, ever, ever think, I'll do it this one time and it'll be okay. Because that's what I thought. I'll let her do it this one time, it'll be okay. It wasn't okay. That last poem that this young lady read, it could have been written by my daughter, I think. In the first poem where the young man was saying that people going around looking at the casket, and we could not open the casket. Amy was hurt so badly that they wouldn't even let us the family view. We didn't get to identify her because she was hurt so bad. And I kept telling the funeral director that I was going to see her, that I had seen Rex, I knew how bad it could be. And they finally convinced me not to. But he did raise the casket lid about that high so I could touch her right hand. I found out later that that was the only part of her body that hadn't been hurt. And as a mother, that is hard. That is so hard to take in, to accept. There's not a day goes by that she's not with me. It's with me 24/7. I relive it constantly. She wasn't drinking. She wasn't taking drugs. But the person that did hit her, that did kill her, was drinking 3 times over the limit. How many people are going to the prom Saturday night? Is it Saturday? How many's going? How many bought their dresses a long time ago? This dress was bought by Amy to wear to her senior prom. She never got to wear it. But I keep it to show other kids that you're not invincible. That you can plan and you can plan. But your plans don't always turn out the way you want them to. The hardest thing that a parent can do, or ever will do, is to bury their child. When a parent buries a child, you bury part of yourself. And I hope I hope that none of you ever put your parents or another family through that. I don't know anybody here, I don't know your hearts, I don't know your minds, but I doubt there's anybody here that could accept the fact that they killed somebody else because of their bad decision. And it can always turn out bad. Most of the time, it turns out bad. We have a case in, I'm with Clayton County, we have a case over there right now. A young boy hit his own grandmother head on, and he was wrong. I don't know about you, but my family means more to me than that. And to think this young boy will probably go to jail and think about what he's done to his family, to his grandmother. How many here has grandparents? Just about everybody here. And I know how they love their grandchildren, and the grandchildren love their grandparents. And it's not just grandparents. It could be brother, mother, father. So I ask every one of you to make good decisions and be responsible for your decisions. And don't be afraid to say, no, I'm not going to do that. And if you ever waver a little bit, I hope maybe in the back of your mind, you can think of Amy. Think about the life she's missed. She never made it to her graduation. All her friends now are either engaged or married. I want everyone here to be able to reach every goal and every dream that they've ever had. But it takes responsibility and good decisions. Saturday night, while you're at the prom, if you just think for 1 minute, just stop and say, happy birthday, Amy, because that's her birthday. Matt is for anybody that needs us. If you ever have any questions, if you ever have any concerns about, we get calls all the time about people concerned about parents driving impaired with their children. I mean, you can make a difference. You can make these stats go down. It could start right here at Middlesboro High School. Thank you.
Thank you, Ms. Tripp. That's a very moving story. Thank you for sharing that with us. We have, as you know, we have the Ghost Out trivia facts reviewed every morning for you on the intercom, and then we did the Ghost Out trivia sheets, and now this program you're here today. In the past, at the end of the year, we've done the Fatal Vision, we've had the mock crash, we've done those kinds of things, but every 4 years we do this program called Ghost Out. We work with the MPD and put this on, and all these things we do like this is to drive home the fact to you that the choices you make are very important, you know, to text while you drive, drink or be under drugs influence while you drive. Those are all up to you. And you may think, well, I'll do whatever I want to. It's just me, but it's not just you. It's not just you. You hurt your family, your friends, your little sisters or brothers, your grandparents, but you also, it hurts us as a staff. I don't think you realize how close we get to you all. Just like when we all lost Devin at Thanksgiving, we that hurt us as much as it hurt you. Brooke's death in a car crash, that hurt us and took a part of our life. Josh B., when he was killed in a car crash right before he started his senior year here, that still hurts to this day. So the choices you make, you may think it's only about you, but it's not just about you. There are people who care about you that you may not even know about. So have any of you heard of anyone speak about Go Scout before today? Any of your brothers or sisters or anybody tell you anything about it? Well, the Grim Reaper's been here today. You've probably seen that. You might have even been in classroom where he came in. And he would go into the classroom and pick a student and bring them out, and they stayed in the youth service center with me, where they worked on some things, and we talked about sudden deaths and those kinds of things. And they're part of this program today too. They'll be part of the final part here. And at this time, I think we're going to let them come on out. So please just pay attention as this next part continues on.
Cameron Rancher and Kelsey Hensley. Cameron Rancher, age 17, a senior, and Kelsey Hensley, age 17, a junior at Middlesboro High School, were killed last night in a car accident on their way home from an annual junior-senior banquet. The accident occurred on the Beltline. Cameron was driving with Kelsey Hensley when the drunk driver hit them head-on. The drunk driver was going 30 miles over the speed limit and merged into their lane when they were hit head-on. Cameron was flown out to Knoxville, Tennessee, and sadly passed away at 2 a.m. this morning. Kelsey was ejected from the vehicle due to not wearing her seatbelt and was pronounced dead at the scene. Kelsey had dreams of attending college and majoring in elementary education and becoming a teacher. Kelsey leaves behind her mother and father, Tim and Missy Hensley, and special sisters, Taylor Grigsby, Rachel Schneider, and Carissa Paget, along with other close family and friends. Cameron had dreams of going to college to play basketball and majoring in physical therapy. Cameron leaves behind his mother, Christy, Mamaw Big Red, and his brothers, Logan Miracle, Anthony Maiden, Thomas Elliott, and Derek Smith. Cameron and Kelsey will be missed by all that knew them. Parker Ewell, age 16, a freshman at Middlesboro High School, died yesterday when he was hit by a drunk driver on his way home from North Lake. A 56-year-old man who had been drinking ran him off the road, causing him to go over an embankment, rolling several times before hitting a tree. Parker was not wearing his seatbelt and died on arrival by helicopter on the way to UT Medical Center. Parker had dreams of going to college and playing football. He leaves behind his mother and father, Chris and Tracy Ewell, sister Holly, and special fishing buddies, Aiden Burnside and Seth Barton, who shares Parker's love for the outdoors. William Bubba Brock, age 18, a senior at Middlesboro High School, died in a car accident on May 9, 2012. The accident happened on Gorilla Curve on US 119. It was a head-on collision with a semi-truck. It is believed that Bubba was texting his girlfriend at the time of his accident when he crossed the center line and collided with the truck. Bubba was ejected from the vehicle and flown from the scene to UT Medical Center, where he lived for 24 painful hours before passing away due to head injuries, broken neck and back, and many internal injuries. Bubba had dreams of playing baseball in college and pursuing a career in a major in criminal justice. He dreamed of becoming a police officer. He will be missed by his grandparents, Wayne and Kathy Brock, his brothers Jake and Nelson Brock, his girlfriend Hannah Barnett. Brock's love for baseball and hunting will not be forgotten, as texting took it all away. Macy Culver, a 17-year-old senior at Middlesboro High School, was killed yesterday evening. Macy was on her way home after watching a movie with friends when her car was hit by a drunk driver. The drunk driver crossed the center line and into the other lane, causing a head-on collision. Macy died on impact. Macy had dreams of attending the University of Kentucky. She leaves behind her mother and father, Patricia and Jeff, along with her sister Morgan. Macy's smile and friendly personality will be missed by many. Kelsey Beeler, age 18, a senior at Middlesboro High School, was killed this morning on her way to school. Kelsey was running late and was in a hurry to get to school when she pulled out in front of a car. Kelsey's car was hit on the passenger side and she was ejected through the driver's side window due to not wearing her seatbelt. Kelsey's neck was broken, along with many other bones and major trauma to her brain. She was pronounced dead on the scene. Kelsey will be remembered for her love of taking care of people. She had achieved her dream of being part of a college cheerleading squad and planned to pursue a career as a physician's assistant specializing in pediatrics. Kelsey leaves behind her beloved mother, Janie, father Eddie, brother Jay, sister-in-law Jenna, and boyfriend Devin Akers, who she loves so very much. Taylor Day, age 16, a junior at Middlesboro High School, was killed last night while traveling on US 25E. Taylor was on her way from visiting her younger brother and sisters when she was hit by a drunk driver. The driver ran the intersection without stopping and hit Taylor's car, causing it to overturn 3 times. Taylor died on impact. Taylor had dreams of attending the University of Tennessee and majoring in music education. Taylor leaves behind her father, Mike Day, brothers Brandon and Connor, and sisters Abby and Ashley. Lauren Gibson, age 15, a freshman at Middlesboro High School, died on May 9, 2012 as a result of a car accident on the way to a friend's house. Lauren was hit by a car when a car ran a red light and hit the passenger side where she was riding. The driver of the car had been drinking and left the scene of the accident. Police are still searching for the vehicle. Lauren was airlifted to the University of Kentucky Medical Center, where she later died from internal injuries. Lauren had dreams of becoming a nurse and hoped to work at the Children's Hospital. She had a very bright future ahead of her. Lauren leaves behind her mother, Elizabeth, her father, Russ, her brother, Keegan, who will miss her deeply, as well as her best friend, Blair Bowling, and many other close family and friends. Major Edwards, age 16, a freshman at Middlesboro High School, was killed in a vehicle accident last night on his way home from a football game. Major was believed to have been texting and driving when he crossed the center line and hit a semi-truck. Major was also ejected from his car due to not wearing a seatbelt. He was flown to UT Medical Center, where he was later pronounced dead. Major had dreams of playing college football and majoring in physical therapy. Major is leaving behind his parents, Ron and Patricia Edwards. Special friends, Austin Poindexter, Gerald Stephanie, Seth Barton, and Hayden Burnside. Chelsea Evans, age 17, a junior at Middlesboro High School, died Saturday night after leaving the prom. Chelsea left an after-prom party and hit another car head-on. Chelsea was pronounced dead on the scene, along with the other driver and a small child in the other vehicle. It is believed that Chelsea had been drinking and went across 3 lanes of traffic, hitting the car head-on. Chelsea had dreams of going to college and pursuing a career in the medical field. She leaves behind her mother, Debbie Evans, and many family and friends. Special friends are Kelsey and Kristen Stanford. Zachary Todd Riddle, age 18, a junior at Middlesboro High School, was killed last night in a head-on collision with an 18-wheeler. Zach was celebrating with his friends after defeating arch rival Bell High in football. It is believed that Zach had been drinking when he left the party and the truck crossed the center line into oncoming traffic when he hit a semi head-on. Zach was ejected through the windshield because he was not wearing a seatbelt and died on impact. Zach had dreams of playing football for the University of Kentucky and majoring in sports management. Zach leaves behind his mother, Rachel Riddle, father, Pernell Witherspoon, and brother, Tyler Riddle. Zach's red hair, funny jokes, and smile will be missed all throughout the halls of MHS. Lauren Schneider, age 17, a junior at Middlesboro High School, died the day after her 17th birthday, April 22nd, 2012. She was killed by a drunk driver 3 miles away from her home at Patterson intersection. She was turning right and met the drunk driver head on when he came across the lanes into her vehicle. Lauren was crushed as she was hit and left to die at the scene until the next car came and called 911. The other driver fled, as most know Lauren was a nice girl who always had a smile on her face. She was planning after graduation to attend medical school. She was planning on starting a family after she achieved her career. She was hoping to be a volunteer in her community. Lauren leaves behind her mother, Mitzi Schneider, father, Marion, sister, Sydney, grandmother, Gigi, grandfather, Jay, and her best friends, Megan Prater, Jordan Tennyson, Kelsey Messenger, and Bethany Reagan. She also leaves behind her boyfriend, Cody, and all the other people she was friends with. You won't ever hear another girl say she has to pee before her turn in JROTD competitions or volleyball games. J.D. Hart.
No!
The ending there, I might explain to you about JD saying no to the Grim Reaper means he's saying no. He's not going to make the choices that would lead to those kinds of accidents, whether drinking and driving or texting and all. That's just to explain what that meant. And that's the end of the program, but I'd like to thank Billy Bishoya, our county coroner, for coming and being part of this, and reading our obituaries for us. The Middlesboro EMS, we want to thank you for coming out and being part of this, and our speakers who came today, thank you, Ms. Tripp, and thank everybody that's helped me this week with this. This is a bigger production than you think, putting on just like anything else that's done at the school. So thank you for your attention, and I hope you gained something from it. Ms. Smith, do you have something to say?